I think a lot of these things touch on strategy for me. Like, how do you conceptualize, how do you even go about conceptualizing a strategy for your company in a time like this, where so many things are uncertain, we don't know exactly what the future scenario looks like. Donna, you're heading up strategy at OCFO. Like, what do you say to that? Like, how can a business owner approach building a strategy for the near and long-term future?
Just for the listeners, strategy and being a futurist is some of my strengths. So that's something that I really am fond of. Just putting on, if I were to approach, business strategy during this time that we find in ourselves in, then I would take a 3-step approach. I think the first one is using a good old-fashioned SWOT tool: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and trends. Use a tool like that and see, like Lois mentioned, perhaps there's opportunities for you that weren't opportunities previously, but are now opportunities now. There might be some threats, some laws impacting your industry, some threats to that. There might be some trends, like I think Jock mentioned, there's a lot more focus on going digital, etc. A tool like that will give you a good idea of where your business is currently in the industry. The second leg to the business strategy approach would be really to try and sketch different futures that could potentially impact your business, and you can even think about 4 or 5 futures, and and really there might be some supplier bottlenecks in your industry that could cause delays, laws that changes, your customers, their trends in buying might change, and really assess these barriers in these different future scenarios. Because typically what happens, if you don't do future and vision casting, you always wait for the actual reality to kick in before you then make decisions. By forecasting these different futures, you're able to proactively make decisions quicker before it even plays out. And then the third leg that from a business strategy approach is to really then drill it down to a 1-page plan. A 1-page plan that covers what's your marketing plan, what's your people plan, what's your finance plan, funding the future, and what's your product plan. And all of that needs to fit on 1 page. And all of the management needs to buy into that, and all the staff team needs to buy into that. No one is to do anything, can't do anything that's not on that page, because that's a 1-page plan that you guys are focusing on during this time. So this is a nice way of approaching it, like broadly, and then narrowing it down to a 1-page plan specifically for your business, and putting down some critical numbers and goals that you need to achieve.
Sure. Thank you, Don. I think that really summarizes it really well. I hope you guys are taking notes out there, and we hope to see some sessions around 90-day planning and 1-page plans going out as you re-prep strategies. I think those scenarios Donna spoke of I think that's so smart, because no one knows in 6 months from now what will COVID look like, what will business look like, will we have power in South Africa to fuel the economy? There's a whole bunch of different scenarios we can't exactly pinpoint it at, but if you've got a couple of different scenarios and you've got a business plan for all of those, then I think you're in the best position to be able to do well. And I love what you said around being proactive rather than reactive to the circumstances, right? If even in these fast changing times, you can be proactive and preempt what might happen or what's likely to happen and adapt your business model now, you'll be weeks and months ahead of your competitors when that eventuality comes around. So I think those are really solid pivotal points you've mentioned there. Thank you.
Hey, Lo here, one of the founders of Outsourced CFO. If you enjoyed this video, make it official. Click subscribe.